Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome my friends on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube that are watching this live. And of course, I want to welcome all of my boot camp students and participants in this live Zoom session. Let me take a quick peek and see who's here. Now, I love success stories. And on Wednesday, and I always have students calling in, jumping on these sessions. Yesterday, we heard from probably one of my oldest students, Francisco Rodriguez, who in 2.5 years has built up a business of over 500,000 people. But on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, I heard from one of my students who, frankly, has done amazingly well. Now, you can all transform your profiles into marketing magnets with simple adjustments to your profile. 5 simple adjustments. So how would you feel if you knew in advance that the people you were talking to needed and wanted what you're selling? So you'd never be rejected when you told them about your network marketing business. How would you feel if you could close 80% of the people that you talk to on LinkedIn and Facebook? You'd feel wonderful.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, one of the things I always say was, what you teach us, we can apply to any job, any job.
Now I'm going to change screens. Jump over here and bring up my LinkedIn profile. Let's bring up Joanne's profile so you can actually see what she's talking about. Move this over here.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. You know that. In fact, you've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, one of the things I always say was, what you teach us.
Back up a second, folks, because
to any job.
I need to turn up the sound or you're not going to hear it. And
where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember one month.
all right, let me come back. I really wanted to demonstrate what she's doing.
And it's the same technique. It's the same.
Back up a second.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, one of the things I always say was, what you teach us, we can apply to any job, any job. And it's the same technique, it's the same dance. And I've used it in the insurance world where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember one month I recruited 40 insurance agents in 1 month. That's huge. And I know that you've worked with others that have built huge insurance agencies as well. Currently, I'm doing outside sales I'm working for Republic Services, as you can see in my banner there. I have been with the company 2.5 months. I started in the beginning of May. And I told my manager when I was in the interview process, how I thought that, I can apply LinkedIn and explode, this type of position. And it didn't register with him. And I waited and I said the first couple of weeks, I got to learn what I'm doing. I got that down. And then I said, I'm posting my first customer. So if you look back about a month, you'll see, Go Auto, it was my first post, nothing fancy. And then about a week ago, I think I did 5 posts in a row. And one of my posts for Red Arrow Diner has gotten over 6,000 views between two, it said, oh, do you want to post in the, restaurant group or whatever? So this one here is a nonprofit, the one that you have right there. So they do mental health. And, I've got 23 likes on that and a good number of views. This one was a little restaurant in Nashua, and I think it was over 1,100 views when I saw it last. So what I'm doing is I've got a little twist, a little auto dealership. I think that one had about 1,200 views when I first looked at it last time. I'm not even really, the diner one's my favorite, the next one right there. So this diner, Red Arrow Diner, been around for 100 years. And I just posted me with some of the guys outside and one of the owners, 67 people liked it. So using your technique, I do a little post, and the only thing I'm saying about Republic Services is welcome to the Republic Services family. So just doing that, it was getting more engagement, more people within the company. But just in the last week or so, I've been asked, I trained my group of, my office, and now I've got my division manager sending out messages talking about how because of these couple of posts that I've done, I had someone on LinkedIn that I connected with on the 25th of June with my message one that you taught, copy paste, and I got a sale from that. And this guy, he's got 10 gas stations. So I'm getting the first one in August. And, as long as we deliver, which we will, I'll end up getting 10 locations from him seeing my posts that you taught us how to do. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit of a twist, but my manager sent out a message talking about how he sees the value of what I'm doing, talking about me being 310% of budget. Then it's gone out to the region. And now one of the division managers are reaching out. They're shocked at what I'm doing. They're talking about me training their leaders and their sales force. They have 40,000 people that work for Republic Services. And this is like, breaking news, using LinkedIn to do what we're doing here. I just think super cool. It's like throwing that pebble in the water. And I just want to let you know, it's still having the ripple effect from what you and I have done.
So I have, I think 3 people on here that are, everybody that's on here, I think is a student. But I have 3 people here that are contemplating one-on-one coaching.
Why are they doing that, Matt? There's no question. The one-on-one coaching is where this all clicks for me. You know what I mean? And after like my second session with you, we fixed the profile. You showed me the basics. I started running with it. I couldn't sleep at night. Once we started having our one-on-one sessions, I was getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I would start doing my connections, doing what you taught me. And as if you go back to our, trail there, I enrolled 3 people in one day when I was doing the network marketing. I got paid $5,000 to do 3 LinkedIn trainings for one of the insurance groups. Your training, your one-on-one coaching has opened up so many doors for me. So as time goes by, I always like to give you an update to let you know how I'm doing, but it all stems back to that one-on-one training that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you surprised at how fast everything started to happen?
Initially, yeah. I mean, like Matt, I knew about you. I've heard about you from years before you and I had gotten together. I've watched some of the webinars that you had, but I mean, like immediately when we first started working together, it just was like a snowball effect. But when I take that into other areas and see how it explodes, like I can't tell you how excited I am about what I'm doing now. Seeing it with my upper management, how they're all like super excited. Many of those people that like this post are at Republic Services, the 67. And many of them I weren't connected to. So it was a layup in growing my connection. So every time you look at my connections, it grows, it doesn't take a ton of time. You put in 20, 30 minutes a day, but it's really hard to not want to keep going because it's so much fun.
Well, think about the ripple effect. Coming to this company, you're introducing them to something new. How big is the company?
We service about 14 million customers across the country, but there are about 40,000 people that work at Republic Services. And I'm just one of them. And literally, I'm getting attention from across the country with what I'm doing. I'm even getting competitors sending me messages that are like, I wish I did that when I was with the company, or you know what I mean? Like people are like, how brilliant. And it's such a simple concept. It's like giving a thank you to the customers, but it's promoting me, it's promoting the business, it's promoting, the company I work for. And it's just so simple. It's a post, you know what I mean? It takes 10 minutes to put it together.
And that's, my friends, one of the things that I emphasize in our current boot camp, because it's not just about the conversation you have. It's about your activity. It's about putting things out there that people can see, that people can react to, that people can respond to, that the ripple effect of that is indescribable. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised in 6 months if you got, I don't know if you're looking for it, major promotion, maybe VP of training.
I can totally see something like that, coming down the pike if that's the path that I choose. But right now, I think that I'm just having so much fun doing this. You know what I mean? Like when you get so excited to do a job that, is fun and you enjoy it, I can see that happening down the road or them coming up with some sort of initiative. But for now, I just want to focus on this because this is just, it's totally fun. Just like when building network marketing business this way, it's far more fun than asking friends to come over and, would you please come over and doing it up in all, what I mean? Way more fun.
Well, Joanne, it was wonderful to hear from you. Again, congratulations are once again in order. For me, it's going to be enjoyable to watch your career blossom, as a result of, what I taught you. But, you added your own little spin to it. I mean, I love that line. Let's talk trash.
Thank you.
It's terrific. Thanks again for sharing
Thank you.
your story, and congratulations.
Thank you. And anyone, on the fence, don't hesitate. Max's time is limited. And, if you get the opportunity to work with him, he is truly a guest. So thank you again, Max.
Thank you.
Now, just to boil this down to something very, very basic and very, very simple. There are two types of people that you can talk to about your business. You can talk to people that are potential customers, and you can talk to people about the business opportunity. But what you really in the process of doing, when we boil everything down to the basic fundamental things, you're all recruiters, all right? You're all recruiters. Joanne was selling insurance when we first started working together. She was building a Malibu business. She was a customer, had never done the business. And after, our first sessions, her first month, she doubled her Malibu business. The second month, it tripled. And then she was off and running. And then she figured out, you know what? I can do this and apply this towards my insurance business. Initially, she was selling policies. And she did so well that the company wanted her to train folks. And then they made her a deal. Maybe you can use your skill set to bring in other agents. 44 agents in 1 month. What would your business look like if you were bringing in 40 people into your business in 1 month? What would it look like? And the truth is, there are recruiters out there. There are professionals that have the skills to be outrageously successful in your business. And now she moves over. And what is she basically doing? She's recruiting for business for this recycling company. one connection, one sale is going to turn into 10. Yes, we heard from, one of my students who was also a coaching student who made one connection that resulted in 1,000 Pizza Huts. How does that happen? He didn't reach out to 1,000 people. He reached out to 2 franchise owners who owned, between the 2 of them, 1,000 Pizza Huts. Sold them on the service that he was offering. And what happened? He gets them both, and now so it's the same thing. When you're talking to somebody, when you're talking to an experienced network marketer, or you talk to anybody that knows a lot of people, what are we doing? We are recruiting. And you can close 80 to 90% of the people you talk to when you stick to my scripts. She's using the same scripts, the same approach that I taught her in network marketing. You only talk to qualified prospects about your business. The secret to connecting with the right people, number one, the contents of their profile, their visible activity, and their answers to your questions. You have to know who would be a great prospect for your business. Who are you looking for? Once you nail that, you're on fire.
Let me open.
I want to share with you one last story, and then I'm going to open everything up. Dan was initially building. Let's see, is that the first one? Or no, yeah, that's the one I want. So he was initially building a Maluka business. He was recruited by one of the top earners in the company. He was excited about it. And then his sponsor died. Now he's an orphan. So we were into our 3rd session. He was getting it. He was making great contacts, having great conversations with prospects for his business. And then his sponsor died. So we decided to shift gears and reach out to people who would be interested in his cleaning business. Now, initially, his cleaning business, he was going after homeowners. We use drones to clean homes. And I said to him, I said, Dan, you got a drone. Why not go bigger? Look at office buildings. Look at hotels. And it just kept expanding and expanding and expanding. He made so many connections and sold so many new customers that the company that sold him his franchise for $150,000 were so blown away by the business that he was generating, they made him a partner, gave him a piece of the whole thing. Listen to his experience.
And I have to tell you, I love when former students come back. So we're broadcasting it right here. So I want to open this up, and I'm going to bring up Dan. And everybody's got a story. Dan has an amazing one. I just want to.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Dan, it's nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Living the dream life. That's all I can say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beyond amazing. My business has exploded, and we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got our biggest problem is getting enough people and equipment. And as you know, I use your principles outside of network marketing, but they're awesome in any walk of life.
I remember last year you made the comment that you were struggling financially to where you couldn't even put tires on your car.
That's true. That's true. And now we have 5 work vehicles, 5 drones. We, in the process of buying another one, and we buy everything with cash.
What advice would you give anybody that was listening to you? And
I would say, it's all a numbers game, but at the same time, the numbers can be slanted in your favor. And that's what I think your process did for me, was slanted the numbers in my favor. I learned who to contact and how to contact the right people. And I was building a network marketing company, and I stopped just because I got kind of sideswiped when my sponsor died. And Jason was, I mean, just a great guy, and he just kind of really set me back. But I was also using these in my personal business, and it just started taking off because of the contacts I was making. I was making local contacts and just started, I mean, it's taken off. And we just signed on to clean over 1,000 Pizza Huts. We are cleaning water towers and just things that I never would have imagined. And just the way it's all happened was really just because of making contacts, just expanding my network, contacting people in my area and contacting people outside of my area with the companies and the people I wanted to work with, and learning who those people were and how to message them. That was the thing that, you know, knowing who to talk to is 1/4 of the thing of the bat. I mean, I think it's about 1/4 of it. It's knowing how to talk to people. You know, that's the hardest part. Knowing what to say and knowing how to get that conversation going and keeping it going, and to the point where, you know, to be able to say, okay, not right now for this person, they, you know, they're focused on other things, but just knowing, you know, I've had people that I talked to and I realized that, you know, the conversation wasn't going where I wanted it to, and it was a not right now. But you know what? We've come back and talked to those people again, and just in keeping up with little messages like, how's, you know, happy birthday. And I've had people just say, oh, hey, yeah, thank you. And you know what? I want to talk to you. By keeping up. And those little things matter, and building that relationship. Relationships have meant everything.
It's all about relationships. Let me ask you, what was the biggest thing that you got from me when we were working in my coaching program?
How to talk to people.
That's right.
To talk to people. Being able to and respond, and responding in a timely manner, but not being like a vulture and not being on top of people. I still get messages every day from vultures, people that make me feel like they're vultures. And I know they're just trying to build their business, but they shoot me messages, blind messages, about telling me all about their business and how great it is and how much I could earn and all that stuff. And they don't even, and that's the very first message they send me. And you know what? I usually block that, because, you know, to me, they're just they're not out there talking to people to work with people. For them, it's just, you know, they just want the money. And I've learned, help enough other people get what they want, and you get everything you could ever want.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It is the most truest thing I've ever heard. And I didn't know it at the time, because it was all about me. Because I need was my issue. I need. I was in a need, and not in a helping other people. It was all about me and what I need.
Well, that's understandable when, you know, you need tires on your car and you can't afford it. But again, just making that little shift in your mindset, knowing that you're going to feel the need. It's coming.
Exactly.
It's coming.
I was just going to say that last time I talked to you, I figured we'd do $250,000. You know, we're going to surpass $2 million this year. That's a humongous jump. And we can't keep up.
Well, I'm glad I played a small part in it.
You know what? I got a couple sales guys coming online soon, and I've been talking to them, talking to my partners about just saying, look, you know, I know what your camp's about, and I know that's, you know, what it's tailored to, but just I'm thinking about sending them through your program just so that they learn how to talk to people.
And folks, that's what it's all about. It's all about talking to people, knowing who you're talking to. Okay, so Amelia, good. You got everything. Okay, so Dutch wants to know what he's doing wrong with Sales Navigator. All right. Let me flip back over here. Now, LinkedIn has made some pretty outrageous changes that almost make it unnecessary for you to use Sales Navigator. All right, but let's address that. And before I do, let me just share this with you. I started working with Will. He was the number 6 earner in his company. Today he's number 2. Within 72 hours of our first coaching call, he was the number 1 recruiter globally for the week. 2 weeks later, he sends me this. It's exactly like you said it would be. Since last week, I've made 2 posts, generated dozens of easy conversations by following the scripts word for word, and I've generated a dozen sales. It went from number 6 to number 2. Let me hop over here and let's look at Sales Navigator. So let's say we're looking for someone to talk to. Remember, you're recruiters. You're looking for people that are in sales. You're looking for people that would fit the parameters of who you're looking for. So let's look for all of the people that are trainers. And there are on LinkedIn 5,200,000 trainers. Now we could filter that down. We could say, show me all the trainers that are in the United States. $1,700,000. Now let's look for the trainers that are looking for an opportunity. Now you got 68,000 trainers that are looking for the right opportunity. So now you go over to Sales Navigator. You got 59,000 trainers that are looking for new opportunity. Now we're going to pull out Amazon. We're going to pull out trainers. Now they're giving us the opportunity to do these other things. Let's come down here a little further. North America. So they have completely updated Sales Navigator. But the general process is this. First, you bring up their profile. Right-click, open a link in a new tab. Now, once you're here, you go to the 3 dots. You don't try to communicate with them in Sales Navigator. You view their LinkedIn profile, which takes you outside of LinkedIn. Sales Navigator brings you over to their regular profile. You communicate with everybody over here. All you're using Sales Navigator for is the filter. So here's somebody looking for no opportunity. Now, let's come back up here because we did the United States. And she's in Belgium. He's in Israel. So we have to go down to geography. And we want the United States. So now you got 25,000. The other thing is you can come in here and you can do it by zip code. So we go to Stephanie. Open up a profile. Then we don't want to save it. We don't want to message her. We hit the three dots. Three dots. View her LinkedIn profile. And then you connect with her this way. Oh, that's the same person. So you got your search here. Now, here's the thing that you all have to understand. Just because these people are looking for an opportunity, just because they've got the spaded, just because they're looking for an opportunity, does not mean that they're who you want to talk to. You have to filter down. You have to know who you're looking for. All right. So I'm going to hop out of my account. All right.
Good morning,
Morning, Jackie. So who are you in the process of talking to?
Tara, T-A-R-A, Carter, C-A-R-T-E-R.
Okay.
So I left that off yesterday because I just wanted to get some advice.
All right. So let's take a look at who you're talking to. All right. So what advice are you looking for?
Where to go from here because I just want to jump in. I think she's perfect. She
Why do you think she's perfect?
okay, she loves remote. She was an insurance agent. Team performance building and leadership are her skills. She's not working. I believe this is the one that had a very bad experience and just left what she was doing. They were treating her wrong. And she loves, okay. Yeah, they degraded her. It was mentally draining. She also historically worked for Bye Bye Baby. She's been able to increase team spirit and help team members. Now she's wanting remote because her husband is finishing training. He's going to be working for Delta and United, might get relocated. So everything about her seems to be perfect.
Hello?
I'm right here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay. So she did customer service, Bye Bye Baby.
Insurance agent as well.
Okay. So she's got some sales background.
Yeah.
All right.
team performance building.
Okay, so she's got some sales background. And if we look up here, she left this company in July. Was it?
So,
Okay, so here the question, but she says she's looking for data entry. All right, so you reach out to her and so this is the first time she's using it for networking and job applications. Okay. Now, you got to follow the scripts. All right. So here, when you send this, are you still working at a property casualty insurance? I notice you're open for work. The proper question to ask, she's open to work. The question is, why did you leave your job at Progressive? Now, you may ask it later. Let's see. I left last month.
okay, so I should ask why
Right.
did you leave it first? She did tell me, but
Oh, well, she did. Okay. No.
they treated her bad.
Okay, so I left last month. It was disappointing. Now, again, she was there for 3 years. So the question is, well, what were you doing for them for 3 years? What was your job there? Okay. What was she doing?
Like she does tell us in her,
I understand that she tells you, but you completely control the conversation. People
Okay.
love talking about themselves.
okay,
So I noticed you have leadership skills and a team for it. Did you enjoy them? Okay. All right, well, from what we see here, she's certainly a a great, candidate for your business. So, she's looking for a remote position. So let's see.
I should have sent the post before I made the statement.
Well, but the other thing here is, so I noticed you had leadership skills and have team performance building experience. Did you enjoy those activities? Okay, yes, I do. It would have been better if you asked her, so what did you enjoy doing the most when she was working there?
Okay,
Because then you could come back, so no wonder LinkedIn suggested that.
okay,
No wonder, because that's what I do.
okay.
All right. So asking,
Okay.
all right. So now here, I'm looking for a remote position.
I seem to have a problem with the order of the questions because I'm trying to be in the flow and I'm trying to respond quickly.
I don't know why.
You don't know why what?
I don't know why you're having a problem with this.
Well, I think I did pretty good, but according to what you're saying, I didn't do so great. So,
So let me ask you a question. How many people have you signed up in the last 90 days?
no, nobody.
Okay.
That's why I'm coming to you
I
because
understand, but the reason why you're not signing people up is because you're not following the structure.
yeah, I see.
Because when you ask the questions in the right sequence, What
Okay,
you're doing is you're setting the person up on the other end to think
right,
the way that you want them to think.
right.
Why did you leave your job? She told you what you wanted to know.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming to you, Max, because I'm afraid of that I didn't get the sequence right, okay?
Because see, here's what happens. When you ask questions and you get the answers in the sequence that you're looking for, then there's a natural way
Okay,
to bring up your business without coming across as a salesperson.
okay,
You left
yeah,
your job. Why did you leave your job? She told you they weren't nice. She didn't like doing a thing.
right,
She told you a lot of other stuff. So the
right.
next question is, what did you enjoy doing the most when you were working at these jobs? Now it's up to her to come back and tell you, oh man, I love working with people. I love training.
Okay,
Okay. And
yeah,
then you're in a position to say, you know what? No wonder LinkedIn suggested we connect, because that's what I do.
okay,
And then you're in a position to say, you know, I'm about to launch a special project.
okay,
Work with two people that want to work remotely, that have your experience working with teams and training. And so based on what I see, you'd be very successful.
okay,
I'm looking to work with two people, help them become leaders and top earners in my company in the next 90 days. What experience have you had with the network marketing business model? Or you could just say, would you like to know more about this? Let her tell you yes. Then you come back and ask her, so what experience have you had with a network marketing business model? You know, she's got some experience. Find out what it is, overcome it, and show the business. That's all there
okay,
is.
I can do that. So,
So
we-
here, so where do you go from here? So where you go from here,
can I still ask her, what did you enjoy most?
sure. So she
Okay,
says, I have a history of staying with company between 3 to 5 years.
yeah, I thought that was curious.
Right. Well, okay, so you follow up with that. When you look back at all the companies you work for, what did you enjoy doing the most
Okay,
when you worked at those companies? When she tells you, then you'll be able to introduce the business if she tells you the right thing. If she comes back and says, oh man, you know, I really enjoy data entry. That's why I'm looking for a data entry job. You know, put me in a room, give me things to enter into a computer. That's my favorite thing.
right,
Well, then she's not a prospect for your business.
right. I got it.
All right.
Yes.
It's that.
This is the lesson I have to learn, the
That's right.
order of the questions. And it just rung in my head that I was once told that the most important question is why. And that's what you just said. Why did you leave? Right?
Well, why is certainly one of you know, what do you, yeah, pretty much. Let me pop back over here,
Thanks.
and you're welcome. So let me look in the. Now, Dutch, you do not use the credits. You don't communicate with people inside Sales Navigator. They are giving you credits. You're never going to use the credits. You go over to LinkedIn, regular LinkedIn, where you could be talking to people and messaging people for free without using their email. Folks, this is not hard. Follow the scripts. Follow the order of the questions. And you are all heading down a road that will lead you to the same success that Joanne enjoyed. Let me come back over here. Now, for those of you that finished or in the last boot camp, take advantage of this special promotion. Attend the August, September, and October boot camps. Use the 90-day challenge. And you're basically paying $59 a month. Plus, you're getting our big Scripts for Social Networks anthology. It's an expanded book. It's not what comes with boot camp. I'm going to put that in the chat window. Instead of just going to the August boot camp, for those of you that have aspirations to become $1 million earners or a retreat combo, jump into the August retreat, the August boot camp, plus get the new Scripts book. In this boot camp, we gave people new ways to post. We're providing you with posting images, posting GIFs, and the case studies are probably going to be loaded up by Monday. Even though boot camp is finished, it'll be there for you to pick up and watch. But what you really want to do is jump into boot camp and the retreat. Now, as soon as you register for the retreat doesn't take place until the end of the month, but you're going to get access to the 90-day game plan and the whale book. So let me give you the links for these. So go to maxleinart.com/retreat combo and pick up and here's the link. For the 90-day challenge. Now, the first 10 people that register for the 90-day challenge, we're also going to give access to our mastermind sessions. I will be back today at 1 o'clock. So until next time, best of luck in building your business, and God bless.